Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Jay Voodoo Child, and we are here to play some Total War Saga Troy historical mode Sparta campaign. And as I've mentioned previously, I am a save scummer. There are times that I'll get down the road a little bit, sometimes a lot of it, and I'll say, okay, this is kind of moving in a direction that I didn't like, or the sequence of the choices I made, I want to redo. And so I'll go back, to a previous save and take a new path. And I'm deciding to do that now, basically because the buildings that I was kind of building for my main province, I wasn't utilizing to the fullest extent. And so I've decided to kind of go into a different direction, and instead of just kind of tearing those down and then building up the ones I want and only getting like I think 50% of the resources back for building those and all the lost time, I'm just going to go back in time to earlier save. And I started thinking about the choices I made on turn one. And one of the things I was doing there was focusing a lot on bartering for stone, because I wanted to really increase my stone income so I can just continuously colonize, every turn. And thinking about that approach, I think I'm going to have the same general approach, but just kind of stagger it out, and kind of get a foundation first and then start the colonizing every turn. And so I wanted to redo the barters, and the barters were the very first thing that I did in that campaign. So the choice is, do I just roll back and start with that, or do I just start a new campaign, since essentially it would be the same thing? And this brings up another question that I've always had about this game, because unlike Total War Three Kingdoms, the start of the campaign you got random items, and I think this version, or the version that of randomness for the campaigns, is the types of generals in Troy. So I'm going to look at my previous save and see if I like the traits or the motivations of my generals in this campaign. And then I'm going to load up a new campaign and kind of compare the two to see if they are indeed different. I think the names remain the same, perhaps the types. Maybe that's just for the immortal ones that cannot die. And so we'll just kind of take a venture down those roads and learn a little bit more about this game. So, excuse the interruption from the campaign, and we'll just take a look at that. Alright, so let's recruit some heroes. Prudent. Athena. Okay, I like this one. And this is what I'm talking about, homework character. This one I can work with. I'm not crazy about it, because I do like garrisoning. Also, the signing peace treaty with neighboring factions, that gets problematic. And I typically don't have Ares as one of my main, but certainly if I have generals that respect him, I will kind of lean into that. Alright. I don't ransom a lot because it has diplomatic consequences. And when we're dealing with a game that's so one team versus another team, particularly if I'm trying to build up diplomatic relations with the easier team for me to build from, signing peace or ransoming heroes has negative diplomatic. So I don't think that that's going to be that much of a deterrent. Again, the peace treaty, um, that could be a thing. And it says the loot sack and raise settlement. I'll have to kind of do a case by case to see whether the income I'm getting from all of that is greater than the income it would take to recolonize it and build it up to a basic level and then trade it off. So, again, not bad. So, the main three generals are usable. I don't have anything problem with them. All right, error respected. That'll be a problem. Kills captives. A negative populace. I'm probably never going to have that. And so, to gain, I'm basically just going to have to kill. Occupies a settlement. I'll do that all the time. Ransom captives. So this guy I probably wouldn't choose in a lot of situations. Occupy garrison. High foreign influence. And lose the sack. So I can use this. Occupies a settlement and garrison. So there is one general that I will get fairly early on before I get my Zeus trait going. And for Sparta, it's going to be to colonize the little island province down here. So having a gain motivation through garrison, that's easy to do and something I will typically do. And even on campaign, my first instinct is to occupy something. And you can abandon and move out of a province and kind of get to that colony stage. And sometimes that's more valuable than looting it or raising it. Wins battle, positive, loses battle. That's a very good one. Not a good one, I mean, but it's one that I can use. Alright, Temple and Apollo. Rating stance and Saxon raise. So Defender Protector. I'm not familiar with all the combinations and just what they have in their skill trees. Sometimes I will find a hero build that is good for raiding or is good for ambushing. Sometimes even sacking and raising, there'll be bonuses in a tree for that. I'm doubting a defender has those, so this is a good combination, I would think. Alright, high influence wins a battle in a foreign territory. That's interesting. Garrison fights a battle in their own territory. That could be interesting. Vanquisher. Alright, takes on captives. I do that a lot. Wins a battle. Hopefully I do that a lot. Even though I'm probably not going to be fighting that many battles. So I don't have a really natural way of, or a passive way, I should say, of gaining motivation. Aphrodite respected as faction. That's a no one. But it's a mentor. Ooh. Mentors are one of the ones I know for sure that has a +5 for agent levels on recruitment. So yeah. That's going to be interesting. So that's what's in my original campaign. Actually, let me write down some of these names. Excuse me while I take some time on this one. I'm just going to do the top 5. Immoral. Yeah, these two that I don't like here. So I guess I like playing lawful, good characters. Alright, so let's start a new campaign and see what changes.
My vengeance will shake the world.
So I don't know what's going to happen if I actually like this. Maybe I'll take a clip out of the flyby and the opening cinematic from somewhere else and then splice it together for my official.
Hear me, spear-famed Menelaus. Brazen Prince Paris of Troy has dared to steal your wife.
Let's pull that. Alright, so same names. Alright, they are different classes and subclasses. These 3 stay the same. Alright, so those stay the same. But these also changed. So that's interesting. So your immortal characters, they have the same classes, same names, and same motivations. The others are randomized except for their names. So, liked all those 3 combinations. Let's see if I enjoyed these. Alright, Temple and Zeus. Losing cult level with any god. That's dangerous for me, so I don't like these guys. So, this is problematic. I mean, it could be an offensive one, but you can't sally out. You'll get reinforcements there. And also, I think even defending, you're not considered 1 stack. You are considered reinforced. Not 100% on that, but I know Sally Forth is considered reinforced. So that's no good. Garrison, defender, enemy territory, force march, that's problematic. Mentor though. Alright, so I like this one. Defender, protector. Reigning stance. Fighter champion. Again, I don't know whether they make for good raiders. Takes on captives, though. That's still not good. Yeah. I like having Aphrodite. So this is probably a pass. So yeah, we are going to be reloading from my very first save, canceling everything else out, and starting anew. So this is kind of like a preview and a little test case video. I hope it was as informative for you for this particular game as it was for me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in a little bit when I start up the campaign on a reset. So thank you for watching, and take care, everyone.